So 2 days ago, we had the premiere of the Sonic Frontiers gameplay, and a lot of people had a lot of criticisms of it. They said that there was nothing to do in the world, and for the most part, I agreed with them. I mean, mostly all you did in the trailer was just run around and run around and then run around some more. You could sort of homing attack on some things, and other than that, it just seemed really bland, and it just felt like something that just was not finished. And because of that, a lot of people came down on it. A lot of Sonic fans were worried about it. People were coming out making videos about it. I was going to make something about it, but I wanted to see if they were going to say anything about it. We haven't really heard anything from Sega, but today we had the release of the combat gameplay, and it looked honestly pretty good. I really thought that they did it very well, from a technical standpoint at least. Now, the gameplay in and of itself didn't look the greatest, but the looks were on point, and honestly, the look of it has been on point. Despite how stiff Sonic looked, it was probably just a guy playing it. The world in and of itself looked pretty good, and I do have some criticisms, however, of the combat. One thing that's shown pretty often is the fact that you are running around a guy and then you jump up and you homing attack out, and you either run around again or you homing attack on him again and again and again. And while I was going through the comments, I found a really good comment that sort of relates to this. It says, "There's 100% an upgrade system, especially if attacks like that rapid wind blast and trail take so long to pull off. Visually, this looks better than the other videos, so I'm hoping that it gets better down the line." I'm pretty much in agreement with this person. I'm guessing what we're seeing in the gameplay is a base Sonic that hasn't been updated from any farther than that. And the person playing, they did an alright job. Maybe could have done better, but I don't really know how it plays for myself, so I can't really say. Now, like I said, it does feel a little bit repetitive, and as you're seeing right now on the screen, I'm playing Shadow the Hedgehog, right? And even though that is sort of repetitive, and there's a variety of attacks that you can choose from. You can choose to shoot somebody, you can choose to dash at them, or you can choose to use the homing attack on them. And there's all these different varieties and options, and again, that's base Sonic that we're seeing in the gameplay. But it doesn't feel very fun to run around a person and then attack them and constantly have to do that. I saw a comment saying that there's something like that in Sonic Heroes. Now, I never really played Sonic Heroes growing up. I was more of a Sonic Rush player. So, in fact, other than Shadow the Hedgehog, I didn't play very much 3D Sonic games. But I really do think that this game can get better. Now, I don't know how the backlash will be received by the people at Sega. If you remember a couple years ago with the Sonic movie and how bad he originally looked, and you've seen Chip and Dale, you've seen how bad he would have looked on screen. But Sega heard the backlash and they decided, okay, we're going to take the time to fix this. And what came out was a very good product. And I don't know if that can really happen, especially with Sonic Frontiers being 5 months away, opposed to being the year away that it was with the movie, or maybe might have been longer than that with the movie. So that's just something to keep in mind. There's a possibility that it gets better, but I don't know if it does get better. Now, we've seen only 3 enemy types, these floating balls that all gather together, and we've seen this sort of round thing that spreads out, and then it has like a head that spins around. And then we have my favorite enemy type is the big, I don't even know what to call it, but basically a giant, right? Now, I think that was probably the best part of the gameplay, and that was what put it above the trailer, at least in my eyes, because of just how it looked when Sonic was running up its arm and jumping on it, and eventually at the ending when it explodes and falls apart. think it just looks so good. And I think that there's a lot of positive that will be in this game. You know, as negative as I've been throughout this video, and as people have been about this, rightfully so, I think there's something good here, and I think that maybe in like a day one patch or something, or maybe even they fix something somehow in like the next 3 months, and so that they can ship it out on discs. Very, very unlikely, but still a possibility. I don't know. But I did see some tweets that I want to talk about. So Sonic Frontiers definitely got hands. Pretty much sold on the combat, and I'm sure there's plenty of moves we haven't seen that will be unlockable via the skill tree. Enemies are interesting and aggressive. This was a good showcase. The animators just need to be cleaned up, the animation. So when it comes to interesting and aggressive, they didn't seem super aggressive, especially when Sonic, the guy who was playing Sonic, had to go chase down that floating ball thing, and then with the other spinning head, there was like, it was just sitting there, and then he attacked it. So I don't think that it's, you know, really interesting and aggressive. Skill tree thing, I kind of agree with. When it comes to the combat itself, I think that it's alright. I think that it could be better, but you know, it is what it is. The animations, I'm not too familiar on animations, so I can't really say what is a good animation and what isn't. From everything I saw from watching both of them, they looked alright. You know, it didn't look mind blowing, so maybe he was like, hey, you're here and you're Sega, you can like be up here. I'm doing the levels things with my hands, but I'm sure you can't see me. It'd be weird if you could. Next tweet. Not quite the same, but I recall when Mario 3D World was revealed. It was met with a collective meh until it got later an amazing and thorough trailer that turned people around. I hope the same can be done for Sonic Frontiers, because man. So basically this guy's been saying what I've been saying, just bringing up Mario 3D World. So I didn't really have the experience that guy had with Mario 3D World. Me and my friends thought it looked cool. Of course, we were pretty young then, so like, obviously we're gonna be like, oh, it looks cool and it has pretty colors and it looks awesome, wow. But still, I thought it was gonna be good from the beginning. Anyway, yeah, I agree. Just bringing back to what I said earlier, hoping that Sonic Frontiers can be better than it's looked so far, because what we've seen so far has been subpar. I don't know why I just rhymed there, but I'm not gonna do it anymore, hopefully. Anyway, yeah, I don't even know what can be done at this point. I mean, what you see is what you're gonna get, more than likely. Just, I know I've been optimistic, but at this point, it's like, what more can be really done at this point? I mean, we're so far into development. Like, they might already be ready to like start shipping out physical copies. And I brought up before, like, day one patches, but how much can they really do in a day one patch? How much can they really prepare and repair for the inevitable like things that go on during the day one pitches? People have been complaining about the physics. It's a Sonic game. I don't really see any problem with it. If you know, like, oh, well, this should be doing this, and when he boosts, this should be happening, let me know, because I genuinely have no clue. I'm like, what? What's going on? I thought it was alright, but hey, what do I know? Anyway, thank you all for watching. Let me know if you think that Sonic Frontiers will be improved. Let me know what you thought about the combat, the enemies, whatever. Thank you all for watching. Bye.